Guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Chantal with Growing Up Without Borders, and I have a special guest today, Jackie Lange, who is from Texas, and I'm connecting with her all the way over in Panama. She's been living in Panama since 2010. She's lived in 4 countries and moved 26 times. So if there's someone who can help you with relocating yourselves or retiring in Panama, it's definitely Jackie that you want to connect with. I've been able to partner with her today, so if you have any questions or you want more details, just go over to Growing Up Without Borders /Panama Relocation, and you can get all the details there. Mention that you've seen her on this video and she will take extra special care of you. Welcome, Jackie.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to visit with you and your group.
Thank you. It's going to be so much fun. So we went to Panama, gosh, it was back now in 2016, because so many people that I met along our travels when we were going through, many different countries, they were all talking about this country of Panama and specifically this place called Boquete in general, and how it was amazing for retirement. And it was just an amazing place to go live as, maybe digital nomads and such like that. And so we thought, well, for ourselves, we need to go check this place out. What is it all about? Is it really the real deal and such? And so how did you come about it? How did you come about finding Panama? How did that happen?
So I lived in Texas, as you said, and I lived in Dallas, Texas, and I had a lake house over in East Texas where I spent most of my time. Mm-hmm. I think it was the summer of 2018. We had 100-degree weather every day for 90 days straight. It was so hot, I couldn't even get out on my boat on my lake. No. You left your air-conditioned house to go in your air-conditioned car, to go into the air-conditioned store. And I just said, I don't want to live like this anymore. I want to live someplace where I never need an air conditioner or a heater again. No more. And when I found Panama, I was really impressed with how beautiful it was, how friendly the people were, that I could accomplish my goal of no air conditioner. But one of the things I discovered in my quest for finding that place was you don't just look at how pretty a place is. You don't just look at how affordable a place is. You have to also look at the stability of the government and the strength of their economy. And that's where Panama really shined, that their economy, they have multiple sources of income. The canal, a lot of people think it's where they make all their money, but it's really only about 20% of their income sources. And it's a democracy. So all those things made Panama really shine.
Let's talk about the nitty gritty. If you're in retirement age, your pension, do you need to have your pension, already? Can you still access your pension from overseas or from a different country?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So to live, you can come here as a tourist for 6 months. Yeah. But if you want to live in Panama indefinitely, you have to get a residency visa. And there's a lot of different residency visa programs. But the easiest one and the most affordable one is called the Pensionado Visa. And you can be from any country and get this visa, so long as you have $1,000 a month in lifetime income. Okay. Like from Social Security or pension from a job. And this is $1,000 US. Panama uses the US dollar. And then if it's a couple, you just have to add another $250. So it's a really very cheap pension that you have to have.
That's
to be
fantastic.
Able to
so
get
it's
that.
Very doable and accessible to many people around the world that would be able to qualify for that. So, but let's talk a little bit about the cost of a home, if you're just renting and so on and so forth.
So we really encourage people that they need to rent for at least a year before they even think about buying. And, for many retirees, it might make more sense to just rent forever. If you buy a house, it could take a long time to sell it. So it might be better to just rent.
Is there a lot available on the market for rentals?
There's a lot available on the market for rentals, and the prices are all over the place. If you're in Panama City or the Coronado Beach area, prices are much more expensive. You're looking at least $1,000 a month or more for a rental. Once in a while, you can find one at $800. But if you get further into the interior, I just helped someone get a really nice 1-bedroom furnished house with a fenced yard for $275 a month.
Wow.
Yes.
So now let's say somebody's coming in and they're really concerned about maybe activities that they're used to doing. Because a lot of people, whether it's golf or maybe some of the women, they want to be close to a shopping mall or some amenities, and maybe they want some friends and activities, for their little, whatever that is that they're doing. Is there that in Panama? And is there a good group of expats already there that they connect with?
There is. Of course, it's going to depend on where you live. And different towns have different quantities of expats and different kind of activities that are available. There are hiking groups because we have so many beautiful rainforests that you can hike in here. There's card games, there's trivia games, there's book clubs, just any kind of activity you would possibly want to be involved in. It's available here.
And is it easy in regards to shopping, groceries, having access to all the main things that you're used to having back home, maybe?
Right. Now, I live in Boquete, just outside of Boquete, and the grocery stores here have a really good, everything I need, I can get in the grocery stores here. They have fresh markets, fresh fruit and vegetable markets. They have fishmongers that come and you can buy fresh tuna just caught this morning for $4 a pound, or corvina, sea bass is $2 a pound. Wow. But pineapples and papayas are about $1 a piece. So all those things are readily available. People sell it out of the back of their pickup truck.
Let's talk a bit about the cost of living when you're comparing things like your groceries or, maybe needing to go get your haircut or some of those different things.
So for a man to get his haircut, it's going to cost between $2 to $5 for a haircut. For women, just to get her haircut is going to be $6 to $10, depending on who you go to.
To get your haircut as a woman is $6 to $10?
Yeah. If you want to get like highlights and lowlights and a haircut and the whole shebang, it's going to be $65.
Wow.
A massage is $33 for 1 hour deep tissue massage. You can get a manicure and a pedicure. It's $25.
What are we doing? What am I doing? Why am I not in Panama?
And you get a glass of wine while they're doing it too.
What is an average cost when it comes to medical? Because there is a certain age where you kind of get concerned about your health and how easy it is to maybe visit a doctor. Do they speak English?
So just a general doctor, not a specialist, but a general doctor is going to be $15 to $20, and that's without insurance.
Okay.
So the cost is very affordable. Yeah. Most of them speak very good English, and they'll spend as much time with you as necessary to get to the bottom of your problem.
Wow.
If you need to see a specialist, like an ophthalmologist or a cardiologist or something, that's going to be $40 to $50. And once again, they'll spend an hour and a half with you if that's what's necessary.
Wow. What is it like for safety with regards to your children and maybe even as an adult, like a solo, retired couple maybe going, what is the safety like when you're going there?
When I moved here in 2010, I moved here with my husband. Sadly, he passed away in 2017. So I've been here by myself ever since then. And as a single woman living here, I feel completely safe. Even in, in any country, in any area, there's some places where you just don't go to. And, there's bad parts of town. Not in Boquete, but in Panama City, there's places where I wouldn't go to in the daytime, let alone at night. In other parts of the country, I feel perfectly safe as a single woman living here by myself. And I know families with children that have a lot of children that live and they walk from their house to the grocery store and walk back home, and the kids walk home from school, and just no problems.
Okay.
Panamanians are very respectful of people and their space.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. So yeah, it's just like pretty much anywhere. There's certain areas you avoid and you just use your head when it comes to your safety. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Is it easy to get around? I mean, like we drove from Panama City all the way to Boquete. We had no problem figuring it out, Yeah. Would you say, like for us, I mean, we travel a lot, so everything seems easy, but for the most part, you can just show up with your license. Do you have to switch it to international?
So the rules for driving in Panama is that you can drive with your foreign license in Panama for the first 90 days that you're in the country.
Okay.
So only for 90 days. After that, then you either have to get a visa, so you can get a Panama driver's license, or you have to leave the country for a while and then come back, and then you get another 90 days. But being able to drive for 90 days is enough time.
Weather-wise, do you find that you talked about the weather being quite stable temperature-wise, but you do have your rainy seasons and not so rainy seasons? So
that's our big problem.
Yeah. Explain that a little bit.
Yeah, so we have this, we have a dry season and a rainy season. We're in the dry season now in December. But in the rainy season, which starts the middle of April, but it gets intense, like September, October, November, it's pretty intense. We get about 120 inches of rain a year, and a lot of it is concentrated in that September, October, November. The problem with that is that sometimes we have power outages during that time, or the internet will go out during that time. But, you know, when you live here, you just learn to roll with the punches and do it. But if you're trying to do a Zoom call during that time, it might not work. I have 250 megabits of internet speed. Mm-hmm. So my speed is quite good. But in the middle of the rainy season, it might drop down to 10. Okay. And just not fast enough. Or if I were to use my phone as a hotspot, it might not be fast enough to do what we're doing right now on this call.
I think we covered everything. Did we? I didn't talk about the Jubilado program, but I wasn't sure if that's what you were talking about with the...
Well, let me talk about that a little bit.
Okay, tell us about Jubilado then.
So when you get a Pensionado Visa, regardless of how old you are, if you have that income of at least $1,000, I mean, you could be 35 years old. And if you have $1,000 a month in lifetime income, mm-hmm. maybe disability from military pay or something like that, then you qualify for the Jubilado discounts.
Okay.
Also, if you get one of the other visas, like the Friendly Nation visa, as soon as you're a woman and you're 55, or if you're a man and you're 60, then you qualify for the Jubilado discounts. And that's another way that you can save so much money here in Panama. For example, you get 25% off of airfare to anywhere in the world. You get 25% off your electric bill. If you want to go to the movie, you get 50% off at the movie theaters. Panama is a great place to live. You know, I could live anywhere in the world, anywhere I wanted to. I could move anywhere. And but I chose Panama.
Wow. If you're thinking to come and live in Panama, it's always good to test out the waters. And Jackie offers this service where maybe you can go into a little bit more detail and kind of paint an idea if somebody's coming on one of your tours, what are they to expect and what does it look like and how many days and so on and so forth, just so people have an understanding.
So for our Panama Relocation tours, which I started in 2010, we just finished tour number 157. Wow. So we've done a lot of tours. It's an all-inclusive 6-day, 7-night tour. It starts in Panama City. We meet with an immigration attorney to talk about the visa options, but we also visit a lot of the most popular places to live in Panama. We visit those, the Coronado area, the Zuera area, David, Santiago, Chitre, Las Tablas, Boquete, Volcan. And we make sure that you meet with expats that live in the area so they can talk about why they picked that area.
Oh, that's fantastic. So that's amongst the tour, you actually meet with other people that are locally expats.
Other people that are local. That's and then great. While we're traveling from one location to another, our bus is like a rolling seminar. We have a microphone and we're educating people about how to get your pets here, how to buy a car here, how to get health insurance here. Just all the things that you need to know to have a smooth, hassle-free move whenever you come to the country.
That is genius. I'll put the link here for you as well. If you have any questions, Jackie's just a phone call or an email away. And comment below if you have other questions, and we'll both of us be answering them there. And yeah, check out Panama when you're considering it as a place to go relocate to. Thanks so much, Jackie, for joining us today. It was really nice to get to know you a little bit more and connect with you.
You're very welcome. It was nice to meet you as well. And I enjoy your channel, by the way, also.
Thank you.